What's going on, guys? It's Mrwild with Wild Collectibles. This video is going to be a little different. Today I'm going to be talking about a deck profile, about the myth, the legend, the Royal Knight, Jesmon. You guys guessed it. Now, Jesmon's been doing pretty good in BT10. It's topped a couple locals as well. I think it's definitely a deck worth, building and testing out and checking it out. So without further ado, let's get to it. So to start off, we're going to be running our eggs. We're going to run 4 DIGIMons. Now DIGIMon, it says when attacking once per turn, this Digimon has 6,000 DP or more. Draw one. This is amazing for consistency. Search your pieces. Any cards you might be missing. This comes in clutch. Just that draw power makes it very, very powerful. We want to be able to get all those pieces in, so 4 is definitely a must. And then Demi-Miramon, when attacking, when this Digimon attacks a player, it gets 1000 DP. Just that extra 1000 DP buff, just it comes in clutch, especially if you're swinging over something big. 1 DP, believe it or not, will make a difference. So those are our eggs. Now on to our rookies. We are running 4 of the BT6 Hawkmon. Now, in my opinion, this has to be one of the best searcher cards out there. I'll even go as far as to say, better than Red Memory Boost, just because Red Memory Boost lets you only pick 1 card. Yes, it gives you the extra memory, but I mean, just reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and add 2 Digimons with Hawkmon, Jesmon, or Systemons and their mains among them, and then place the remaining in the bottom of the deck in any order. This is amazing, just to find those crucial pieces in order to, execute the game properly. So running 4 of these is a must, if possible. You want to on-play that just to get that search effect, but sometimes we do tend to be stuck in raising. So you Digivolve it in raising is fine. We're gonna go with 4 of the BT7 Hawkmon. Now this card is also, in my opinion, broken. It says when attacking once per turn, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck as an inherited, of course, and add all Systemons amongst them. Place the remaining in the bottom of your deck in any order. Your Systemons play a massive role in this deck. So just being able to search for those Systemons, and essentially playing them is a big buff, in my opinion. And since we're playing BT10, we got 2 copies of Solarmon. Now I've been debating whether to put another one in here or not. So far 2 has been fine, but there are certain cards where they do tend to kill them. So I am thinking about running 3. But on a set like BT10, where we got X-Heart and we got Blue Flare, it says all turns players can reduce play cost. So that goes for Death X as well. Death X is such a crazy card. We all know that. Just the fact that we get a turn or 2 where they can't play their on-play or reduce that on-play cost is a big factor in this new set. So running 2, like I said, considering running 3. So now for our champions, we got 4 of the BT6 Bao Hawkmon. I preferably run this one in my raising as well with the searcher Hawkmon. Now it says inherited when attacking once per turn. You may, if you have a Systemon in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5,000 DP or less. Man, going back to these guys, going back to anybody that might affect their deck. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you can delete something 5,000 DP or less, man, we're talking about most level 4s at this point. You know what I'm talking about? So this is a very good card to have in raising in your inheriteds. So yeah, let's put these over here. Up next, we got 4 of the starter deck, 12 Bao Hawkmons. It says inherited all turns. While this Digimon has Hawkmon in its name or Royal Knights, it gets 1000 DP. Same concept. A great thing, you know. Most cards are at 12,000, 13,000 with a couple buffs here and there. So just having that extra 1000 DP does help a lot. All right, so we're running 4 of those as well. So that's it for our champions. Now on to our ultimates. We are running 1 of the Savior Hawkmon from BT6. It says when Digivolving, you may play 1 Systemon from your hand without paying its memory cost and inherited. When attacking once per turn, if you have a Digimon with Systemon in play, you may unsuspend this Digimon. Now, this card was banned or restricted. I'm sorry, it was restricted to 1, and I can see why. You know, because you're swinging multiple checks back to back. So, you know, it is a bit broken, but without a doubt, it's a card we gotta include in our deck. So we got 1 of the Savior Hawkmon. Next, we got ST12, starter deck 12, Savior Hawkmon. Now, I absolutely love this card. It says, when Digivolving, this Digimon may also attack opponents on suspended Digimon for the turn, and then inherit it. This is crucial. It says, if this Digimon has Royal Knights in its traits, you may play one Digimon with Systemon or her name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. Amazing, and you guys are gonna see the combos soon. This card is very crucial. I optimally try to go for this one. You know, if I have the Savior Hawkmon, you know, depending on how the game is looking, I'll go ahead into that one. But most of the time, I want to Digivolve into this guy. Just the fact that, you know, there's certain cards that trash cards, and, you know, just trashing your Systemons is not a bad thing at all, having this card in play. Next up, we got 1 of the BT8 Chimeramon. Now, I don't run any hybrids in this deck, because this is basically my hybrid right here, you know. It says, when Digivolving, you may place 1 level 5 or lower card from your trash to the bottom of this Digimon's Digivolution. Then up to 4 of your opponents get 1000 DP each, minus 1000 DP each for this color for each one of this Digimon's colors until the end of your opponent's next turn. So let's say we put a Savior Hawkmon, you know. DNA Digivolve, put Savior Hawkmon in trash. We swing on suspend, swing, you know, it makes a big difference if we manage to survive. And then your turn, this Digimon is also treated by the Digivolution cards, and if it has 4 or more cards, it gets 4000 DP, 4 more different colors, I'm sorry. So, quote unquote, this is my hybrid, you know. This is I got a Systemon in play. Let's say if I have a Bao Hawkmon, or 2 Systemons in play, which it is possible. You're going to see it right now, 2 level 4 Systemons. We go ahead and DNA Digivolve, swing for game, you know. So we're running 1 copy of that, and that's it for our ultimates. We don't run much here, but it's not needed. We got a lot of search power in this deck. Next up, our bread and butter, our big guy. We got 3 copies of the starter deck Jesmon. Wow, this card is also broken. So check it out. It says, when Digivolving, it gains Blitz. Blitz means that even though the memory set is on your opponent's side, he is able to attack. It says, when attacking, you may play 1 Systemon from your hand without paying its memory cost. Pair that with the Savior Hawkmon, and we're playing 2 Systemons right there and then, you know. Then your turn, when you play another Digimon by an effect, this Digimon gains 3000 DP and security attack +1. So we are swinging for 14 checks, guys. 15 DP. 15 DP for 2 checks, you know. If we have the BT6 Savior Hawkmon, that's 4 checks right there. If we manage to survive, it's just an amazing card in my opinion. Very, very, very aggressive. The artwork is insane. Great. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So yeah, 3 copies of that. Then we got 2 copies of Jesmon X Antibody. So Jesmon X Antibody, Digivolve on top of a Jesmon for 0. It gains piercing, and then when Digivolving, you may play a Digimon from your hand or trash with Systemon in her name. Then if you have a Systemon in play or it has a Jesmon in its Digivolutions until the end of your opponent's turn, all of your Digimon may attack unsuspended Digimon and get 2000 DP. Man, let's say you're in a tight situation, you have no security, you know, you don't have any blockers, just the fact that you could go ahead and attack unsuspended Digimon and your Digimons as well. Big help. And then we got 1 copy of Gankumon X Antibody. Yes, it's Digivolve from Gankumon. We do not run any Gankumons in this deck, but it has blocker and basically the same thing as Jesmon X. You may Digivolve. No, you may play 1 Systemon from your hand to trash without paying its memory cost. Then if you have Gankumon, if it's Digivolution or a Systemon in play until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your Digimon get 2000 DP and your opponent can return to your hand or deck or reduces DP. Very helpful. Very helpful, especially if you're playing against security control or something like that. Or, you know, we hit a Mega Death or whatever the case might be. Very crucial. So there you go. We were on 1 copy of Gankumon X Antibody, and then we run 2 cards of the big boss guy. We got Jesmon GX. Now this card is insane, simply insane. So Digivolve from 5 to a level 6 Royal Knight, and then it says when Digivolving, you may place 1 card with Royal Knights in its traits with a play cost of 13 or less from your hand or trash under this Digimon's Digivolution to gain his when Digivolving effect, and then it has Blitz. So let's say we go into Jesmon X Antibody, and then we Digivolve into Jesmon X. Now we have a Gankumon or another X Antibody in the trash, right? So we would take it from the trash, gain, hopefully it's Gankumon, take it from the trash, play that under, and then we gain his when Digivolving effect as well. So we're playing 1, 2 plus the Savior Hawkmon. We're playing 3 Systemons on that turn alone with Blitz, you know. And then it says all turns when this Digimon all turns while there's a card with Royal Knights in its traits, this Digimon's Digivolution card, this Digimon gains piercing, blocker, and security attack +1 for each such cards. So we are swinging for 1, 2, 3, 4 checks. 4 checks, guys. This card is absolutely broken. This card is absolutely broken. It's amazing. Such a powerful card. Now, we do not need GX in order to win the game. I mean, this deck is very intense. You know, you do on play a lot of Digimon, so it is not necessary. But the fact that you gain 4 checks for that turn alone, very powerful. And then we're playing 3, 4 Systemons at the same time. What was it? 1, 2, 3. Let me see. 1, 2, 3. 3 Systemons right there, and then that's game. 4 checks. All right, so that's it for our megas. Then we're gonna go ahead with our level 3 Systemons. So we run 2 copies of Systemon Blanc. Very important card in our Jesmon deck. It says all turns while you have a Digimon with Hawkmon in its name or Royal Knights in its types in play, all of your Digimon with Systemon gain blocker. All of them. That's insane. And then on play, trigger draw 1. So this card is very, very aggressive. We're playing 3 Sister Mons, 2 Sister Mons. You know, we on play one of these, and we already have 3-4 blockers, if not more. There's been times where I've had like 5 or 6 blockers, believe it or not. So we run 2 of that Sister Mon. We run 2 of the new ST12 starter deck, Jesmon starter deck. System on Blanc. It says on play, by trashing 1 card in your hand, draw 2. Very, very important. And then it says, while you have a Digimon with Hawkmon in his name or Royal Knights in his trades, this Digimon gains decoy red black. What does decoy red black mean? It says when one of your other Digimons with red or black would be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon to prevent that from happening. So let's say you got the GX out, let's say you got a Jesmon or even a Savior Hawkmon. You know, all you need is 1 turn, and your opponent plays a Gaia Force or anything like that. You can redirect that attack to this Sister Mon, okay? She gets trashed instead. And then your next turn, when you're swinging, you're just playing her back from your trash. It's amazing the way this deck works. So we are playing 2 of that Sister Mon Blanc, and then we have 1 of Sister Mon Blanc Awakening. It says on play, you may play 1 Sister Mon Blanc from your hand or trash in the bottom of this Digimon's Digivolution cards to recover 1. And then on deletion, return 1 of your Digimon with Jesmon, Hawkmon, or Sister Mon in its name, aside from Sister Mon Blocked Awakening from your trash to your hands. From trash to your hand. Perfect. So what does this mean? Let's say you are running low on security, correct? You swing, you use Savior Hawkmon's Inherited. Let's say they got rid of your blockers. You got this Sister Mon, right? You on play her to put this Sister Mon under. You recover 1, right? And then you have another blocker as well. Let's say you have another. This is what I like to do. I have another Sister Blanc in hand, or maybe you, instead of this Sister Blanc, we go ahead and we'll put 1 of the decoys out. We have another decoy, correct? So this one gives a blocker. I'll go ahead and block with her most of the time. She gets deleted, yes, but maybe we return another Jesmon X Antibody, or we return Savior Hawkmon because we're missing it. Bao Hawkmon, whatever. We return 1 of those cards from your hand. She gets trashed. Next turn, you're swinging. You on play her again to play the same card under you and recover yet another one. I only play 1 of her, but the consistency of this deck, I always come across her. I love it. All right, and this is a very, very crucial card that I think it's at least play 1. You know, it will help. It will save you that game. Believe it or not, there's been times where I have no security and I just protected myself with her. I'll block with her. She dies, return or something, play it again, vice versa, beam pam, and by the time you know it, you got 4 security again, maybe 3, you know, you have a whole bunch of blockers. It all depends. So 1 copy of Sister Mon Blanc, very, very important in my opinion. And that's it for our Sister Mons level 3. Next, we got 2 copies of the BT6 Sister Mon Seal. Okay, this card is also very, very good. It says on play, gain a memory. So if you're using it with an Inherited, you automatically gain the memory. If you on play it, you could play it for 4, then gain a memory. So you're playing it for 3. So it is of 3 cost, believe it or not. And then all turns, all your Digimon with Hawkmon or Royal Knights in its types gets 2000 DP. So let's say we got the buff. We're into our Jesmon. We got the buff. We're at 15, right? 16, 17, 18, 19. You're swinging 2 checks with 19. That's insane. That's insane. So 2 of her, it's a must, okay? I don't think you need more than 2, just because oftenly, you know, we do need the other Sister Mons and their effects. So I think 2 is just fine. We got 2 copies of the Sister Mon Seal from the BT10. Now it says on play, you may, if it's still your turn, you may Digivolve 1 of your Digimon cards with Royal Knights in its traits from your hand for its Digivolution cost. So let's say you go into Blitz, she's out, Technically, it's still your turn. You go into GX for its Digivolution cost. Yes, we're going to be giving our opponent a lot of memory, but it makes a great deal. And then your turn, once per turn, when one of your opponents when one of your Digimon digivolves into a Digimon with Hawkmon in its name or Royal Knights in its traits, gain a memory. So very, very, very good card. I do only run 4. I think 4. I mean, sorry, I only run 2. I think 2 is good enough. And then we run 1 of the starter deck, Jesmon starter deck, System Unsealed. It says on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Hawkmon in its name or Royal Knights in its traits among them to your hand. Trash the rest. Okay, and all turns, all of your Digimon with Hawkmon in their name or Royal Knights in its trait gain reboot. This is also treated as Sister Nor, and the traits include Virus. So, what does this mean? Going back to the GX, like we said, we're swinging for 4 checks, you know, bringing down your opponent's security considerably on playing this Systemon, correct? Or with one of the effects, let's say we already have her on the field, he unsuspends and he is also a blocker. And we got a 15 DP blocker. If we have the Systemons in play, we're talking about 19. Amazing, simply amazing. So that's it for our level 4 Systemon COs. Next, we're going to be talking about auction cards. Now, this is our bread and butter. This is our, by far, the best card that Jesmon can have in their deck. In my opinion, we are running 4 copies of From Master to Disciple. Yes, we are playing 4. Very, very, very good card. You know, so it says main, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with Hawkmon or Systemon or Royal Knights and its traits among them, and then trash the rest. Then place this card in your battle area. Now, delay. By trashing this card, next time one of your Digimon digivolves in this turn, you may reduce its Digivolution cost by 1. Very important. Security, basically the same thing. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 with Hawkmon, Systemon, or Royal Knights in its traits from your hand. Trash the rest. Then place this in your battle area. Now, there's times where I don't have a memory setter, or I'm running low on memory, and I have 3 of these guys. That makes a huge difference. I'll raise Bao Hawkmon, pop all 3 of them, going to save your Hawkmon, play a Systemon, you know, or attack a non-suspended Digimon, whatever, and then go into my Jesmon and just annihilating the board, you know. So running 4 of these, very, very nice. So without a doubt, I'll run those 4. Next, I know a lot of people play 2 copies of Red Memory Boost, you know, that extra DP. I don't think it's necessary. We do have a lot of draw power, you know, and a lot of searchers. Not necessarily searchers, but we got a lot of draw power. So I optimally switched out the Red Memory Boost, the 2 copy of Red Memory Boost, for 2 Crimson Blaze. Now, Crimson Blaze reduces play cost by 1 for each Digimon your opponent has in play. And then it says delete all of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. And then your opponents can't play Digimons by effect until the end of the next turn. This is super good against the new BT10 decks. You know, it's against a mirror match against Jesmon, you know. Can't play Digimons by effect. Not only that, there's a lot of times, one of the biggest weakness that Jesmon has, you know, before we could get those blockers, those high level Digimon, we gotta search. So we got the first 2-3 rounds that we're actually searching for our pieces in order to go into our combos. So a lot of times, you know, people rookie rush. You got D-Brigade, you got X-Heart, you know, you got a lot of cards that just try to rookie rush you. This is very good. You know, there's times that I've had an insecurity and it did help me out. You know, the opponent will flood the field with rookies for your next turn. You only have 1 security, you know, they will optimally play 1 or 2 more, you know, so having that Crimson Blade comes in very clutch. All right, and there's gonna be a lot of, that's it for our options. There's gonna be a lot, but please let me know in the comments what you guys think. I run 2 copies of Ty. Why? Jesmon doesn't need a memory setter. Jesmon, it's just taking up space. Let me explain. Okay, you got your egg, you got your hawk, you got your Bao Hawkmon, you got your Savior Hawkmon, you got your Jesmon, okay? You got your Jesmon. You're already swinging an extra security attack plus, right? So swinging an extra attack, we're talking about 3 attacks. If you have this Savior Hawkmon, that's if you have it, of course, you'll go ahead and swing 3 checks on suspend the last 2 checks. Okay? So if you have GX, you know, let's say we have Jesmon X antibody, GX, and we put another X antibody under, right? That's already 5-6 checks. Let's say you don't get to that level, right? Let's say you don't get to that. You got this guy, and you managed to play both ties for some reason. You got lucky. You pulled your ties, right? You got 2 ties in place. One, the memory setter helps you out, you know, just to digivolve faster, get those pieces faster, get your Systemons in the field faster. And then you got Jesmon with security attack +1 for on playing a Systemon. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 checks. That's 4 checks. That's insane. So yes, I run 2 2 Taikamiyas in this deck. I think it helps me a lot. It's helped me OTKO decks on that turn. I believe, I shit you not, you know, that one turn that you optimally go into that, you have 2 Systemons in play. Let's say you have a Hawkmon and a Systemon, or you have your Solomon in play. You swing 4, you swing 5 checks. You know what I'm talking about? Swing with the rookies. It's game. It's game. Obviously, you would have to survive. But yes, that is our deck profile. I hope you guys like it. Guys, I would highly appreciate it if you let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the deck profile? What will you change? What would you like to see? You know, and like, subscribe, it will be highly appreciated. And more deck profiles coming soon. Thank you, Mr. Wild, checking out. Thank you for stopping by the jungle. Peace out.